Hello, my friends. It's Saturday, June 29th, 2024, and we're going to continue talking a bit about Course in Miracles. And we're going to go all the way back to the introduction, the last couple of lines. Nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. And I've always been fascinated. The very first time I read that, um, and I was hooked. I knew that ultimately the Course in Miracles was going to be um, my path or part of my path. I've been around the spiritual block for a while, largely leaving a lot of stuff behind, settling on the simplicity of meditation and yoga. The course has come and gone in the past, 30 years, but I've always returned to it. And lately, it has been clear that this is exactly what I need. And the intro is, again, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. And what an invitation. Therein lies the peace of God. The trouble is, nothing real can be threatened. So, why do we often feel that we're threatened? And why is it so hard to forgive? Which is the objective of the Course. We're forgiving the illusions. We need to recognize nothing unreal exists. If something feels threatened, it means it has to be unreal, which is a hard thing to wrap our minds around. Exactly, because we have to wrap our minds around it. I think we're better served. Um, in yoga, they often talk of the heart center, that we need to wrap our hearts around it. That just because we perceive something doesn't necessarily make it real. Also, just because something is illusory doesn't mean it can't feel painful, that we can't perceive hurt and anguish and sorrow and things that feel unforgivable. We sort of accept that paradox as we go through the workbook. And that's key. Going through the workbook, as well, in my own opinion, meditation, your own meditation practice, whatever that is. Breath work is also helpful because it brings us back into that parasympathetic nervous state, the rest and digest. We get away from feeling threatened. We have a tool that helps us. And in that right energetic state, we can be a little more forgiving. But ultimately, we want to get there all the time, regardless of the energetic state that we're in. And that's looking with some discernment. And it means looking past, that we're not dealing ego versus ego, because that just creates chaos, turmoil. And you can't forgive. It's a different type of forgiveness. That ego says, I will forgive you even though you harmed me, even though you hurt me, even though you did something grievous against me. And the heart says, there's no need to forgive. The heart sees the innocence. The innocence of the other person, the innocence of the situation, more truly, a shared innocence between the non-separation that we hold between us. So there is no you, there is no me. It reminds me of Ramana Maharshi when he was asked, how do we treat others? And he smiled and said, there are no others. That's the message in the Course in Miracles. There are no others. Just one. It's a non-dual tradition, which I think is often lost track of and easily dismissed by those in the non-duality community, but not affiliated with the Course in any way. And what I love about the Course is you don't need to be affiliated with any type of organization. You have the book and you study and you practice and you practice and you practice. And that's a beautiful thing, because life gives you the opportunity to practice. And the practice is nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. If I am threatened, if someone is insulting me, if someone is offering me any type of psychological harm, any type of insult, any type of anything, if it can be threatened, then it is unreal. And if it's unreal, what is there to forgive? Nothing's happened. It's just perceived by the ego. The ego itself doesn't truly exist. It's a collection of thoughts that we have every day. We have to gather it back. We wake up. It takes a moment to get there. and then it guides us through the rest of the day. We give ourselves over to an illusion. Forgiveness, we look past the illusion and we look towards the innocence. Innocence is love, and innocence is real, and nothing real can be threatened. Therein lies the peace of God. So we practice, but it gets easier and easier. I hope everyone is, I hope everyone's doing well. I was going to say I hope everyone's practicing. I hope everyone is working on the course. But we get there when we get there. And it doesn't have to be a course. There's so many. And the course itself says that it's not for everyone. But we all have a path to walk. And I think it all leads towards forgiveness, because that is the healing of the world. And guys, we need a healing right now. So with that, guys, I'm sending you all love. Take care, my friends.